Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is lap guide for the reverse version of Sardegna B with the Toyota GR Supra Racing concept. Let's get this started. Your first braking point is before you reach the curb that is on the left. You can also start to brake just before you pass the crane that is on the right. Try to brake in a straight line despite its curvy nature. Once you start to turn, quickly ease off on the brakes. And once you're starting to face towards the third Michelin sign that is facing towards you, you can then start to fully accelerate. Soon after you start to turn, start to ease off on the throttle. Don't forget that this car is a little understeery, so you kinda want to wait until you're nearly done with the turn before you can go back on full throttle. So for this turn, start to brake before you hit this first apex, but don't actually hit the apex. You'll be using this turn to set yourself up for the next turn. So you start to brake right here, bring yourself to the outside, and start to ease off on the brake, and then bring yourself to the second apex, which is the one you'll actually be trying to hit. Then try to get your car angled correctly before you start to fully accelerate. Start to brake when you're halfway through the curb that is on the right. Brake in a straight line, and once you start to turn, you'll gradually start to ease off on the braking. Guide your car to hit the apex and slowly start to accelerate your way through. This last group of turns is a little messy, so bear with me here. You'll start to brake before you reach the 50-meter mark. You can see the sign that is on the left. Brake hard for a short moment of time, then start to trail brake as you turn. You're going for a late apex here. Start to accelerate halfway when you're reaching the last sparkle sign. Then you go full throttle when you're facing towards the last red and white barrier. Soon after you start to pass the orange and blue barrier on the left, start to brake. This turn goes in a bit more, so you'll be trail braking for a bit, use some throttle, and gradually start to accelerate. By the time you're facing towards the ambulance, you should be going at full throttle. Angle yourself right so you don't hit the barrier. When the barrier on the other side of the track changes from a light gray to a darker color, start to ease off on the throttle. Try to stay as inside to the track as you can. And when your car is about to approach this next apex just up ahead, start to go on full throttle. But once you approach it, ease off on the throttle, then go back on full throttle, and before the curb on the left ends, start to brake. Ease off on the braking once you go through this turn, and slowly start to apply the throttle, and you are good to go. Take a breather. But anyways, that is all for this guide. Non-commentary versions coming up. This is Mr. MCA, the world's most okay player, and I'll see you in the next video.